Good morning, friends. I am at the local gym here in Surat. Today is shoulder day. A machine that I thought was a shoulder press machine seems to work just the opposite. It seems to be a more tricep push-down machine, so I've had to alter my routine a little bit. So I'm going to start with some very light dumbbell curls for some warm-up, and then I'll build as I go along. In all gyms, but especially gyms in Asia, and more particularly this gym, I need to be flexible and think on my feet because I can't always do the routine that I have planned. It says that these are the same. They're both supposed to be 15 pounds. I just don't agree. Okay, 15 sets. Warm up, 15 reps, not 15 sets. Sorry about that. I'm about to start my last set of shoulder presses, but it's just a topic that's on my mind. Someone discussed it with me yesterday, and they disagreed with my concept of it, and that's quite right. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I don't like to discuss how much weight I'm lifting. And I accidentally did that in the previous. I said I was doing 15 pounds if you caught it. I don't like to do it because how much weight you lift should be personal. You should be challenging yourself and trying to increase it at all times, but not competing against someone else, not competing against me. And that was my mistake in the gym for, I hate to admit it, but almost 30 years was just trying to keep up with the guy next to me. And I sacrificed form and technique, and I'm sure gains. If I would have just stuck within my limits, used proper technique, I'm sure I would have a much better physique than I do now. So that's one reason I don't like to discuss the weights. The other reason is because there are so many different variations that could affect it. I have a torn rotator cuff, so there are certain exercises that I can't go all out. And because of the shoulder injury, with previous weights with the bench press, I used an extremely limited range of motion. So yeah, I was doing 305, but I wasn't even going 40% of the way down. So what does that mean? It's just a number. Now, since I've scaled back and I'm increasing every single week, I'm using proper technique, but I'm nowhere near 305, and it's going to be about maybe another 3 months before I'm near there. And that's fine. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And I was basically running backwards for almost 30 years. So I'd like you to keep in mind also that when I do give advice, it's based on my experiences, based on my mistakes. I'm sure I've made all the mistakes that everyone else makes tenfold. And that's part of how you learn. And like I said, it's taken me a long time, but so that's my theory. Also, when it comes to revealing the weights that I'm lifting, am I lifting at home? Am I lifting at the gym? There are differences. For example, in my home gym, I can't put my hands exactly where I want to, or the support bars will pinch. So I have to change it slightly. So there are so many factors involved. It really doesn't matter how much weight I'm lifting or not lifting. It shouldn't matter to you. And I'm not saying that out of anger. I'm saying that so you're training from the right place mentally. Yeah, challenge yourself, write it down, make progress weekly, But if the guy next to you is doing 50 pounds more than you, so be it. There are so many factors that you just have to take into account, and that there's no way that you can know them. So challenge yourself. All right, I'm going to do my last set since I got the film running. The video. How old am I? So after all that, if you ask me how much this is, I'm going to punch you right in the nose. I'm only going to do 8 reps. It's my last. 2.
So instead, what you do is you take the 6 first, bring the motion back, and now hold back. Once again, we take the factor of eating out of the side, and therefore you can push it and put it out in details. Because they say here, if we elevate passing flow,
so that's 8. I can definitely do more weight next time, and I will. That's how I do it. On dumbbells, I go up 5 pounds every week. 3 weights, barbells, I go up 10 pounds every week on every exercise, unless I think it's going to sacrifice form. So I'll show you the next exercise. It's going to be front raises. Okay, exercise number 2 is front raises, and it's funny that I am doing these because I just recently eliminated them from my routine, and the reason is because I've read from so many sources that this exercise is somewhat repetitive. You're hitting front delts with the press, and when you're doing front raises, you're also hitting front delts. So at home, I was doing a military press into an Arnold press, but today, I'm doing, I didn't do the military press, I did the doubles. Good morning, Maganabu Maga. So I will do the front raises. This is my first set. I'm using an easy curl bar. I could do dumbbells just as easily. However, I don't like doing unilateral exercises 1 arm at a time because it takes twice as long. So when I can do 2, I do 2. I'm going to adjust my grip a little bit. I didn't like the way that felt. That's better. My arms could be a little bit straighter. Okay, 15 reps. And again, my usual cycle these days is 15 for the first, working my way down to 8 for the last and heaviest set. Okay, I'm on my 3rd exercise, lateral raises. This is becoming one of my favorite exercises. Now that I'm using real dumbbells instead of resistance bands, I'm experimenting with the weight. I'm scaling back with the intention of progressively building up once again. I like this exercise because I feel like it really gives me width to my shoulders, which is something I'm going after. A lot of people like to do it in front of them, and that involves a lot of the front muscles. If you're going in front, you're involving the front delts. Not too hard to figure out. So I stay strictly to the side. I also have my wrists, whenever possible, bent downward, and that will further benefit the lift. It involves the side lats much more. I used to do a technique that I called pouring the pitcher, but that's more when I'm doing it in the front, which I don't like to do it that way anymore. So instead of pouring the pitcher, I basically am in the pouring position at all times. Knees bent, side, arms as straight as I can on this one. I wasn't sure if I had done 11 or 12, so I just did the one more. So maybe I did 13. That's fine. Doesn't hurt. So I'm on my fourth set, which is rear delt flies. Again, this is a warm-up weight, and I haven't done it with dumbbells in quite some time. So I am. Some people don't like to call it a warm-up set; they call it a feeler set. I understand why. That's fine. So let me try it. I'm going to try a couple different variations as well. I'm not really a fan of this one, honestly, because when I bend over, sometimes I get nauseous. But I hope the camera's okay. Yeah, it's all right. I don't like where my feet are. And I can do this standing up, but that would require even more of a bend. I am going to change the position in which I'm sitting on this bench, because right now my feet are at an awkward distance apart, and rather than closer together. So turning 90 degrees on the bench should remedy this. I'm proud to see that the gym is packed today. These are two gentlemen whom I haven't met before. There's another one. Paul just went into the back. Paul, who we met last workout. I like when there's more people here, there's more energy. As long as we have the freedom to use whatever machines we need, when we need them, I don't mind the people. Okay, so I'm finished with my shoulder exercises. Now I'm going to move on to my traps. I'm trying for the first time this new made shoulder shrug machine. It's a little light, but the shoes worked on it. I'm trying to hold it at the top a little bit more. I just bound. So I'm on my last set, upright rows. I know I touched on this before in other videos, but I don't want anyone getting hurt, so I want you to know the proper form. For almost 30 years, I'm pulling the weight up with my hand as close as possible. And I'm pulling it up to my chin. And that's actually not safe. So I'm right on the grip. And pulling it on my chest. To avoid shoulder injury. This is my feeler set. It's not too low. Elbows out. So that's 15 reps. Quite frankly, I prefer straight bar as opposed to an easy bar curl for this particular exercise. But I'll be honest, I got lazy, it was there and had the right weight on it.